Skidly-dee-dee-doo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 14th? Yeah,
I think it's the
because
15th. No, I think it's
no,
the
no, we
15th.
skipped last time.
Well, let me check. I can check. I can check real quick. I can
I
preview
can,
it.
I
Yeah,
can.
it is the 15th episode.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is the 15th episode of Panel
I had to
Punks.
remind our host here how to count.
I am your co-host, Veni Kojo, the Stoke Gremlin Bounty Hunter, and you are.
Hikaru Hiroki, the Cosmic Oni, and I am ready to talk about comics. But first, we need to say thank you to two creators, two writers of comics, Doug Wagner and Alex Pecknadell, who write comics. Doug works on a bunch of different, like, killer oriented stories like Narco, Vinyl, I Was a uh, Fashion School Killer, and then Alex Pecknadell actually works on the current Cyclops miniseries. So we want to say thank you guys for following us over on Blue Sky, and if you're listening, thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to cover your stuff when I get a chance.
All right, so we're gonna just jump straight into it with the weekly roundup. I am
Yeah.
first. We have the final issue of the Ultimates.
The
I have all of
Ultimates.
the covers downloaded so we can actually show them in order. Yay!
Yay!
It was fine. It was okay.
Really? This is like the last issue, and it was just like, eh.
Yeah, it's basically just She-Hulk or whatever her name is, like the Hawaiian Pacific Islander
Uh huh.
Hulk, killing regular Hulk, like brutally murdering him.
Let's go.
And like Iron Fist is there, and he's like, "Oh, I am the representation of all of the people in heaven that you sacrileged, and I'm going to stop you." And like, I remember reading the issue where that character debuted, where he was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna, I don't have, I have like a non-violence thing. I'm a pacifist. But with this, he's like, I will make one exception.
That's awesome.
And like, yeah, legit, like it ends with the She-Hulk like killing the Incredible Hulk. He's dead. Like he got brutalized. Like she just
Okay.
punched him really hard and just beat him to a pulp, and he died. And
Okay.
then it lines up with the final panels of Ultimate Endgame #4, where the makers like loosen they quit something being like, "Oh, all Ultimates, come to the city! The maker's out! He's escaped!" So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw on Blue Sky Dennis Camp was like this is the first part of the ending of the Ultimate Universe. The
Yes.
next part is going to be Endgame and then something else. I can't remember what the other one was. It was like Ultimate
Ultimate
Finale.
Finale? I mean, that's more of an
Yeah.
anthology series, I think, or an anthology comic, and not like a. It may be an epilogue, actually. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, okay, okay.
It also deals with Wasp and Ant-Man, because Wasp betrayed the Ultimates, but she like reformed or something, and like it's weird, but like I thought it was okay. The art's really good. Um, what the hell did I give this a rating of on Comic Geeks? Where is it up here? I gave it a 7 because it was pretty good.
Nice.
What about you?
We're talking about Generation
I
X 23.
don't have a segue for this
Like
because I can't link Ultimates next. I mean, they did that
you could
one
just say
crossover one time of X-Men versus Avengers.
you could just say now it's your turn. You don't have to segue it.
I need
But
to. I had to.
anyways, X Generation X 23, which by the way, apparently this is going to be a full series. This is
I
not
kind of
a
doubt it.
5 issue limited, which is really
I
interesting.
kind of doubt it. It's gonna be
Um,
10 issues.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe people really like this. I'm liking it so far. So last issue ended up with Laura and X Infinity kind of like gathering up and being like, we need to go save the rest of the X characters because they got kidnapped by the facility. So they're tracking them down. Laura is like sniffing him out, and it's funny because Infinity's like, "Oh, you can smell like the gasoline in the car." She's like, "No, I can't smell that. I can smell Gabby because Gabby, uh, her sister, ended up like taking one of her claws, poking a hole through the bottom of the van, and then stabbing herself and leaving like a bunch of blood. But then the other characters in the van are like, you're literally going to bleed out because they have a a, a mutant power dampener on her, and they're like, what happens when you lose just all your blood? You're gonna die." She's like, I didn't really think about that. I was just thinking about my sister coming and finding us. So that was pretty funny. Um, but then they steal a car, Laura and Infinity do, and then they get to the facility. They separate ways. Infinity's like, I'm gonna go to like the computer center so all these like robot versions of you, X-23, don't attack them. So she sneaks in, but then she starts seeing like a bunch of people being attacked by the robots. Turns out X Infinity was actually an asshole and gave her a sob story and was like, I felt bad about doing all the things. And he's like, no, actually, I'm a bad guy and I want to harvest your blood so I could experiment more on
Your
shit because
blood.
I'm an asshole. And I'm like, yeah, that tracks because he literally named himself X Infinity. But she's like,
Infinity.
it really is like
This
she's
is a
like you really.
stupid name. What the hell?
I love the comment that she says to him, being like, "You named yourself that, didn't you?" And it's like, yeah, but this guy's like a douche. So, Laura's like pinned up against the wall, and throughout the story, we had seen like narrations from her friend, who at the start of the story was like popping in and out of time. And finally, her friend shows up. She's controlling her powers, and she's like, "Now I'm here to be part of the story and help you out and get you out of this mess." So that's where the issue ended. I thought it was pretty good. The art is amazing. Like, there is a page that I took a screenshot of where it is Laura and she's fighting and she's doing like these sweep kicks. Like, I'm gonna
Oh.
send it your way because I think it's just
You want to
really
show
cool.
it on the podcast?
Yeah, the art is amazing. I think the person taking over for the artist who passed is doing a really good job of like picking up and being dynamic with these pages. Like that's just a really cool angle, and I'm just like, whoa, like blown away by it. So I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of the book.
All right, let me.
It does look like this artist won't be part of the book after issue 5, but maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll come back for some later
So,
issues.
that is really large.
Now you're facing my problem too, where it's like the image is
Wow, like
giant.
she's doing the breakdance.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, I really like this book.
Yeah.
Speaking of books that
That you
that I like, though,
like.
Planet of the Apes versus Fantastic Four. This is the final issue of this.
We're
So
not
the
showing the
issue.
Greg Land cover.
No, we're not. Fuck that. It I don't know why Marvel decides to keep working with that asshole.
I don't know
Anyways,
either.
this whole book, the plot of what's going on is that the Fantastic Four have finally made a device to get their powers back from the apes. Everybody but Johnny gets their powers because that general guy is over in the ape city. So they're like, we're gonna go attack the city, and then we're gonna get Johnny his powers back, and then we're gonna go back home. So then we see like a big page of the Fantastic Four using their powers to fight like a big army of apes, which I thought was actually like really cool, especially after not seeing like so much action in the last few issues. It was just like we're walking around, we're doing things, and I'm like, okay. But finally we get to see the Fantastic Four doing their thing, um, and the Thing doing his thing. But anyways, they're starting to beat up everybody. Johnny gets his powers back. They start to be like, "Oh, shoot at him!" And he's like, "Flame on!" And they're like, "What do you say?" And he said, "I said flame on!" And he just like burns a bunch of these apes, and it's fucking awesome. So they get all their powers back. The Red Ghost is like, "I'm gonna memory wipe everybody with this thing, so that way I can control them." And he tries to get his apes to attack the other apes from the Planet Apes universe, and they're like, "Nope, we're not listening to you anymore because we have independence now." And there's
Hey,
this epic moment. where he's like, "Why aren't you listening to me? Do what I say." And both apes go, "No!" Like the Caesar moment from Rise of the Planet Apes. So I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, "Oh, I get that reference now," because I saw that movie. Um, but then everything's wrapped up. They get sent home, and then the apes are like, "Oh, I'm gonna use this gun to mind wipe everybody," except for like one ape. He's the only one who remembers everything because the gun runs out of juice. And he's like, "No, I remember everything from this adventure." And I guess the red ghost is like on the Planet of the Apes, like running around, eventually going to get like killed by the Planet of the
Right.
Apes. And then Doctor Doom is shown to be in a dungeon, and he's looking at like apes and being like, "What caused this Planet of the Apes to happen?"
I miss
And then we,
Doom.
yeah,
He's dead right now, but he's coming back soon.
maybe we'll see. It's interesting seeing him in like other things, and then we also have like the Watcher being like, "This is a crazy adventure that happened, and nothing like it. There was so much action." I'm like, okay, that there was not a lot of action. One, Mr. Watcher, there was a lot of walking around and talking, and maybe a few disputes, but not the craziest thing I've ever seen until the ending issue. And then the last panel is the apes that were helping out with the Fantastic Four, going off into space with somebody that you don't see in another spacesuit. Like you get to see the two apes and then somebody else in like a suit. So I assume that's the guy from the Planet of the Apes movies, the human character,
Oh yes.
and he's helping them out with like science stuff. So maybe they're also gonna get exposed to radiation and become the Fantastic Three of that universe.
My
But
favorite part was when the Watcher looks directly at the viewer and says, "Wow, that was a great crossover, but not as great of a crossover as DC X Sonic the Hedgehog, the Metal Legion, available
I,
wherever you buy comics."
that's not even, it's not even the right universe.
I know.
Not even the right two universes.
That's the
No,
joke.
I do have to talk about one of my favorite moments that I sent to you, and it was when the Fantastic Four like phase out, and then one of the apes looks over to another and is like, "That Johnny fellow was absolutely ugly, don't you
Yeah.
think?"
Wasn't that last
It
issue?
is. That was this issue, and it made me laugh so much. I had to send it to you. I was like howling. I was like, "This is hilarious." His face was just amazing. Just so much disgust. So I thought it was a fine crossover. It could have been better in places, but I think once I read it as like a full thing, once a trade paperback comes out, I'll be like, "Oh, this is fun," and that's it. And to wrap up the Marvel stuff, we have the Pride special.
Yes.
Wiccan and Hulkling, Raid of Ultron.
The gay boys
This
are
was
back.
amazing. I love this book. Do you want to talk about some of it? 'Cause I just
Yeah.
talked about two books, and then I want to give you
Yeah,
some.
I will, sure.
Okay.
Let me just get the fucking cover. There it is. I have this
Yeah.
physically.
Same.
I have all my books physically. So, this is after Wicked Witch's Road. Like they're in their little like they call it a magic chicken house or something.
It literally is. It has chicken legs.
So they're like having a housewarming party or like an
Yeah, it's for the
anniversary
1 year
party
anniversary.
or something, and they bring all their family in, which is like the entirety of like the Scarlet Witch Vision family.
Yeah, it's Scarlet
Um,
Witch, it's Phyla-Vell, it's
Quicksilver.
Moondragon, Vision, Quicksilver, Speed. Like,
Yes.
so many people.
So just having a good time. Then Ultron shows up and he's like, you didn't invite me to the party.
You didn't
That's
invite
your
Grandpa."
granddad. I'm gonna kill you. So like, it's supposed to be the stand-in for the Pride special, which I don't like that. I kind of wish we had like a more proper Pride special, because this is just all of the family separated and having their own little stories, and it's like
I think that's fine though. That's usually
I
kind of
like
how.
I like having a more like broad strokes look at all of like the
Oh
Marvel.
yeah, like more of the different characters. I do
Yes.
think that they should release another thing where it's like these are all the LGBTQ characters and here's some stories about them.
Yeah.
Because I do think that
Which
this
they
is
did
a
before.
cool story. I think this is a cool story to have. But it should have been its own thing.
Yeah.
This should have been like, cool. It's Wiccan and Hulkling's like first year of being married, but also like we have another like Pride thing coming out because freaking DC's gonna beat them with that by having a whole month of having a Pride event.
Right.
So they should have done something like that. But
Yeah.
I still think this was a good book. I thought a lot of the stories were really fun. I liked the art in the story between Wiccan and his brother.
The fact that the first one, which I believe is the same writer as. Actually, let me make sure I get this right before I say anything. I want to fact check this really quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Wyatt Kennedy. I believe Wyatt Kennedy is the same person who he did. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's the same guy who wrote Witch's Road.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really liked that story where it was them back and forth and kind of like testing, uh, like Billy and being like, "Hey, like, what about this? What about this? What about this
Like
about your
Quicksilver was like
relationship with?"
egging him, being like, "Hey, is your marriage
Yeah,
good?
Speed
Yes.
was-
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Oh,
Speed
you're
is
watching
very
because you're
much
stressed
like,
out. Yeah, by Ultron, not my wedding.
yeah, and I love the ending. Like, I took a screenshot of that where it was the watching me like your stress is normal, but my suggestion is you go kiss your husband.
Kiss your husband.
That was so freaking cute. I was like,
Yes.
oh. And then the next story was really cool, I want to say, where it was just Hulkling and Phyla-Vell having a sword battle with Ultron, and they're just basically like, he's nothing to us.
and they trunked him, and even
Yeah.
even
I
Teddy's
think-
like, "Oh, we trunked him," and I was like,
yeah.
"What?"
Yeah. Which I thought that was really cool. I think there's a really good lesson in this one where Teddy is like, I don't want to bother my husband in like telling him about my small problem. And I think it's a really good lesson where Phyla-Vell's like, that's a good excuse, but a nice excuse is still an excuse. And I'm like, that's really true, honestly. Be communicative with your significant other. And I think that's a really good lesson to have.
Yes.
And the next story was the Vision in Viv, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
And they're fighting two different Ultrons.
Yeah,
One
it's like
is
a dad and like a
Yeah.
daughter, and the daughter's like her aunt or
Ultronica.
something.
Yeah, and like she's like, I'm technically your aunt, and they fight each other. And Vision's like, why did you not bring your girlfriend over to the dinner? And it's revealed to be like, I thought you would like think of me differently. And he's like, no, I'm like proud of you. And then the lesson also in this is like,
It's really
you can't
strange because like almost all of her other family members are gay. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course he'd be okay with it. All the rest of them are, except like maybe Wanda.
I think
Wanda's
it's
straight.
also coming from the perspective of the Tom King Vision story, though, because in that
Yes.
book he
I just
is
wanted to
like
read that.
very much trying to control the family and make it be like a nuclear family.
Like perfect.
So-
and everything.
Yeah, and I think this story kind of like resolves some stuff and being like, I can't control my children, and that is not a good lesson. Like, you shouldn't be trying to control your kids. Like, let them live their life. And I
Yeah.
thought that was a really good lesson.
Mhm.
And then the book ends with everybody destroying Ultron and then, having a good dinner by the end of it. So
Yes.
I thought it was good. It was a good book, and it was nice and cute. So
Yeah.
one of the better books that we read this week. I think me and you can agree with that. It's up there with being like
it would have been
almost
really
number
funny if Hustua was next. We're like, well, that's the end of the good books. Time for Hustua.
Yeah, no, we're going alphabetically. So we are going to
I
another
gave
magic
the
based.
Wiccan thing an 8, and that was really, really good.
I gave it a 9 in my own rating system because I thought it was amazing, and I can't wait to
Uh,
see more Wiccan and Hulkling in the future.
well, we're gonna go off from Marvel because there's only like a few things.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
few
a
things that
very
interest
short
us.
week. Yeah, but we're
We're
going to
gonna move
another
on to
magical-based story in the DC
DC with
universe.
Wonder Woman. This is my very very good.
Wonder
Very
Woman, Wonder Woman.
good. So this is the final part in the this is called like Season of the Witch or something.
Ooh.
Um, it's basically her letting Zatara and Zatanna escape with like the big old like Omnidrone thing with legs chasing after Wonder Woman, and then it just traps her. She's captured.
Oh no.
And she's like in the middle of being tortured by uh not Eobard Thumb, that's a different thing. That's Absolute Flash. Did they name her? I feel like they named her at some point.
Yeah, I can't remember that one lady's name either.
Veronica Kale. So Veronica's like torturing her and everything. But then how she escapes is she doesn't. She gets transported against her will by like Hades or something. Like she eats this like pomegranate seed to basically let her go to the real world, but she has to like spend 1 month in the underworld every year for her to keep being in the human world. So this is when things like go to shit. Where like all of her friends are captured. Veronica Kale is like doing a bunch of stuff, and Wonder Woman can't do anything because she's in the underworld for a month. So the next time we will see her, what does the solicit say? Yes, okay. So, she is still in the underworld. Like, several issues are her in the underworld.
Oh,
and she
shit.
apparently ran out to Cersei in these, at least what the next solicits are saying. But, like, there is no way for her to come back after a month, which is really interesting.
That's really cool that they're doing that.
So
like,
so while
the
Veronica Kale's
comic.
doing all her shit and like doing the real world, all the human friends are captured, and like she's wrecking everything and like undoing Wonder Woman's progress, Wonder Woman is back on in the underworld, and that's a really interesting dichotomy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sounds like it.
I gave it a 7. I thought it was really good. So on to bad stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about something really
I
bad
need to
now. You are,
recap
at
this.
least.
I have to recap this.
Ugh.
This was painful.
After how many months?
I waited. When was the last issue? I want to find out. Was it last year?
Remember, it took so long for this to end that they started another Batman book.
Get this. The last part was in November.
Jeez.
It's been 7 months. 7 months. And it sucked. It's bad. Jubilee's art's good. That's the only saving grace I have. Jubilee's art is good. There was a bit of like wonky posing here and there. Like that's mostly like background shots or whatever of like dudes in the background. But like, ugh. I hope they just forget this entire event existed. It's just more, Bat family against Batman, and Batman teaming up with the villains, which didn't lead much to anything, and then Batman gets stabbed, and then he dies, and then Talia's like, shit, I gotta put him in the Lazarus pit, and then he comes back to life, and and Batman's like shirtless, and then he kisses Talia, and it's like, to be continued in Hush 2-2.
Oh my.
Yes.
God. So Batman
they actually
came back.
say to be continued in Hush 2-2. I'm sure they want to make it say Hush 2 squared because it's in the corner, but it's Hush Tutu. It's Hush Tua Tua. And that's just, ugh.
I think me and you have come around to say that Hush has been the worst like blight on the Batman mythos.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's like the only good redeeming quality is Jim Lee's art. Jeff
Yes.
Loeb, he doesn't read the other Batman comics. He doesn't like go off of anything else. It's just
And
whatever was happening during my thing, I'm gonna continue it.
but here's the thing, Hush Tua, because Hush Tua, that this event or the storyline, whatever, is wholly incompatible with what Matt Fraction is doing in his own series. Because keep in mind,
Yeah.
in the new actual Batman volume, Commissioner Savage, Mayor Ivy trying to hunt down all the Bat people, Barbara Gordon's in prison, Batman and
The
Damian
Wayne
blew
Manor
up the
is
fucking Wayne
exploded.
Manor. Like, all this, like, amazing, cool shit. Like, they're really shaking things up in the Batman mythos. It is wholly incompatible with what Jeff Loeb was trying to do with, like, oh, actually the Bat family's against Batman, and oh, they're doing blah, 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 blah. Like, honestly, the only thing that would save this arc is if the entire thing was just some weird dream that Bruce had, and then he wakes up to Demon's like, hey, what the fuck? Why'd you sleep? We gotta go stop Commissioner Savage. And he's like, oh, sorry, I have my worst nightmare of all of you beating me up. And Damon's like, what the fuck? We're all here for you, man. I mean, Dad, come on, let's go get Commissioner Savage. And they run off.
Wasn't it like last year that they announced a Hush 3 was going to happen as well? And then
Yes.
now they've been like Hush 2 Part 2, and like, so you ruined even that.
Well, Hush
You
3
ruined
was probably Hush 2 Part 2.
I think it's so stupid. Like, anything Hush related is not going to be good. Like, except for like maybe one thing that I heard about. Like, there was a story called Heart of Hush where people were like, actually, this is pretty good. Like, they did the character well with that. But I'll have to read that at some point.
The only thing that I like the character of Hush / Thomas Elliot in is Mortal Legend Batman.
Yeah, he was cool in that.
When the
and then
hell
also,
are we getting a sequel to that?
I don't know. We gotta bug Kyle Higgins for that. We need to talk to him. I need to like hit him up or something. Be like, hey, what's your favorite Kamen Rider? What's your favorite Tokusatsu stuff? When are we gonna see, the Red Hood fight off against the Batman in Immortal Legend Batman now? Because that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I did not like this issue. I gave it a
No.
1.
It just seems so bad.
Yeah. The only thing saving it was Jim Lee's art, honestly. Like, I love Jim Lee. Jim Lee's art's great. But, like,
But at the same time, it was also like deterring the book from even coming out. It's like it just took him so long. Like, I think that is the unfortunate part. Whoever's going to be doing the next Hush part is not going to be Jim, I feel like.
yeah.
I think it's going to be somebody else, and he's only going to be doing the covers.
Yeah. It was not great. Love Jim Lee, but like everything else kind of
It was not great. It was not good.
it wasn't good. Yes.
Oh, I don't know why, but that cadence like remind me of have you ever seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yes.
Do you remember the part where Raleigh gets his arm broken and then Greg's like, I'm the one who did that, and he's like, don't talk to me. Don't come over to my house. We're done. I'm just like, that kid should have won like a fucking Oscar for that scene alone.
Yeah.
That's reminding me of that.
Well, believe it or not, we're not done talking about Batman because Detective Comics. Ooh, this was really good. It's dealing with this like past character named Brian. We saw like Oliver Queen like falling out of a building, and it talks about how like me and Oliver have like different strengths and weaknesses, and one of his strengths is his pole arm is so thick. His arm is so thick because it explains how he managed to use his belt to rope like a skyscraper like scaffold and swing over it. It's because his grip was so good. And, like, there's a showing, like, the skeleton bones and muscle, like, grows when under stress. And that just explains how he gets off falling down. And
how he gets
Bruce
off?
was watching the entire thing. He was like, dude, I could have saved you. And he's like, I don't fucking care. So they managed to track down the mysterious girl, who was heavily teased / basically confirmed to be Prian's daughter. She goes by the same name, and I thought for a brief second I was like, no, don't tell me I have another trans character. That'd be great. No, it's his daughter. Because she has like a little spew that's like, oh, Prian, you gotta go blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, blah blah blah. But she eventually gets captured by the team, but then runs away with them or something. But it is confirmed like, oh, your face looks so familiar, and it's basically just Prian. Yeah, she gets put in a safe house with Black Canary, and they're basically gonna reveal some stuff about Prian's backstory, I guess.
Okay.
Also, we have a flashback to like Prian hanging out with like early Batman, like Justice League type stuff, like early days. Like Batman has his like yellow symbol, like the Keaton symbol.
Oh, okay. So like Batman Brave and the Bold stuff, like World's Finest.
Yeah,
I should say.
Which I still need to read World's Finest.
Cool.
It's so good. And they basically, he has like super powerful reflexes and like breaks a guy's arm.
Damn.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. I'm really interested to see like what this Prian guy's deal is, because like I don't think he's been a character in anything. Yeah, this guy was introduced in this arc. Oh, and also Wildcat isn't here for a brief second. That was Catman.
Nice.
But Wildcat's in there.
Wildcat.
He was basically training Prian a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of like the trainer for Batman and Black Canary. He like is one of the best fighters, like the best brawler in the DC.
Yeah. I gave it a 7. I thought it was really, really good.
Nice.
Now on to
Superman. We have conflicting feelings about this. Me and you do about this issue.
First half
because
was pretty good.
First half is really good. I really liked it. It opens up with Prime, and he's like closing up the comic shop, talking about how he's like, I still need to be like Superman. I need to figure out how to balance being normal, but also figuring out how to like live up to the legend. And then all of a sudden, the girl from the comic shop, Witchfire, she's getting attacked. He doesn't know she's Witchfire yet. She's getting attacked by monsters. He punches one. She's like, finally, I have somebody that I can use for like my spell. And then she tries to use a spell on him. Doesn't work. And then it's revealed that he's Superboy Prime to her. And she's like, I need an innocent soul to be able to do this spell. She's like, and he's like, lady, read a back issue. I'm anything but innocent.
He murdered people.
Yeah, he talks about how he murdered people and everything, and he's trying to be on his redemption arc. And she's like, well, I guess I don't get, like, I won't be able to use you then, so I'm off to go do what I need to do. And he's like, what were you trying to do? Apparently there's some black magic darkness demons happening in like the basement of Metropolis. He's like, hey, I'll come with you and we'll figure this problem out together. So they go to a club.
Some guy named Saturnus is like ruling hell.
Yeah, it's
something.
just let's be real, they're generic demon, like mega demon characters that are just drawn by Dan Mora that look fucking epic. But anyways,
Dan
they go
Mora
to the club.
did 2 interiors this week, by the way.
Did. He
puts out so much
we
good stuff.
We're sending messages and we're like, how is he doing this? And he did a variant cover for JLA Avengers, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? You just love drawing, don't you? You don't even want to go to sleep. He doesn't want to go. He's like me for the last few weeks, where I was like drawing stuff and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed, but I have to. So, but anyways, they go to the club. Prime and her are dressed up in like goth attire. So
And
Dan
even's
Moore
like,
gets
why
to
would we
drum
just
as
have
the
like
goth
we're in a
boy.
Vertigo comic?
Yeah, which is great. And I was like, oh, that's funny. They get to dancing through the club, and Prime runs into Jimmy Olsen, who's
Okay, that
there.
was Jimmy Olsen. Okay, I was like, who was that one guy that was like, oh, he's
That
a
was
friend?
he says, "I'll see you later, pal." And he's like, "Pal," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that confirms that that's Jimmy Olsen." So they get to they go into the like basement area of this club, and they meet like the rest of her coven there. So they're talking, and they're like, "Dude, why'd you bring this guy?" And the page, like
Turns upside
nine
down.
of the or yeah, like most of the panels go upside down except for like that center one, and that was like crazy. Like when I was reading it, I
I
was
think
like,
it was
"Whoa!"
like it could have been revealed to be Manchester Black's doing. I kind
I
of read it
think
as
so.
more it's just weird spell shenanigans. I'm not sure.
I think it is the Manchester Black stuff.
Okay.
So I think that's what was going
Oh,
on.
and
Because
also
he,
I
yeah,
noticed this. Do you notice that like some panels have like misspelled words, but like they're grayed out, like it's a draft of a comic?
I didn't notice that actually. I did notice the gray, but I didn't notice it was because they were
Yeah,
misspelled.
it was misspelled, and it's supposed to be like Manchester fucking with like the comic.
Oh, that's actually really cool. I like that idea. I think and I'll get in my comments about it here after we talk about the witchfire stuff. I think the
Yeah.
witchfire stuff is really cool. Anyways, they get into the basement, they fight those demons. He's going all out because he doesn't usually get to go all out. There's an editor's note where it's like it's okay he kills demons, like it's fine. And then witchfire does some really cool shit where she just turns into like this flaming angel and just kills the other demons and sends them back. And then they teleport back to where they were, and she's like, "Oh, this was a good. Was this a good date? Was this a date?" And they were about ready to kiss, and he said something backwards, and then he starts like saying shit in gibberish,
Yeah, and
and
there's like
eventually
a
he's
big
like,
bit of him going like, whoa,
"Yeah,"
and she's like, what are you talking about?
and all of a sudden he's like whooshed away, and it's so
Oh
funny.
yeah,
There's a
so
tear in the
yeah,
page, and
there's
it
an advert for Superman, Father of Tomorrow, and he crashes through that.
yeah, which is really funny. It was like, oh, he's like actually going through the comic ad, which is great. And then he ends up being on like what is the precursor to like it's just like the sketch page for the comic book. And he's like, what the hell is going on? He starts hearing these like word bubbles being like, it took me a while to get used to this. With you, like your mind, it's all fucked up and everything, and has things that I can mess around with more. Reals it's Manchester Black. Manchester Black fights uh, with him a bit, and then he sends him back in time, and he's back into the Infinite Crisis era
Yep.
where he killed a bunch of Titans, and
Yep.
that's where the issue ends. And now for our thoughts, I want to say there is good things to be said and there's bad things to be said. I like the idea of Prime being like normal and going on these adventures and whatnot, and we haven't had a lot of that. And then there is the meta breaking stuff, which seems to be where this is heading for the next part of the story. And me and Venny have talked about it, and it's like I I don't think we're getting enough of each of these things. Like there should have been more grounded at first, and then it turned into that.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's such a short amount of time that it's being rushed too much. Like I think the idea of messing around with the comic and stuff is cool, but it kind of breaks into the normal stuff that Prime is supposed to be doing. Like we're not getting enough of like living up to the legacy of Superman and being able to balance being a person working at a comic shop and having a girlfriend and all that. Like that would have been cool to like see him start doing that in this first part. Then the second part is like maybe he's doing some other stuff, and then the third part would have been the Manchester Black stuff. Like build up with that, but it's unfortunately being
What's
rushed.
well,
I
well?
feel.
Here's the thing. Superman's coming back in Action Comics
Yeah.
1100. So they're really like, oh shit, we can give him an ongoing for some reason. Let's just rush his arc, get Superman back in. Forget he existed. Bye.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so much wasted potential you could have done.
Yeah, and I feel like this will be like a weird thing to look back on in like the history
Yeah,
of Superman for people
yeah.
to be like, oh, Prime had like so much potential to be like something else here instead of being like a rip-off Deadpool. I will say, like me and
And
you
I
have
love
said that.
Deadpool, but Superman Prime, or Superboy Prime, is written as if it's like someone thinks, if someone who hates Deadpool thinks of what Deadpool is,
Mhm.
that's Superboy Prime.
Yeah, and these would work in like other contexts and stuff like that if the character was like this the whole entire time, previous times we saw him. But he's not really been like that, where he references everything every time he talks. It's like
I honestly feel like
you,
the Marvel character who breaks more fourth walls is actually She-Hulk.
yeah,
She-Hulk breaks more consistently than Deadpool. Like
yeah,
people
and she
think
was the one
Deadpool's
who
like
did it first.
the funny or obnoxious to some people, like fourth wall break meta person. But no, it's what's her name? What's She-Hulk's
She
name?
Hulk. Oh, Jennifer Walters.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Walters. Is like the meta girl, and it's like, come on.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I
know.
think I think there's cool stuff to be said about this, but at the same time, it's like we need more balance, and unfortunately we're probably not going to get that. We're going to get the full like meta breaking and like this is this, and like I do think maybe it's to be like we're still trying to redeem Prime because he's got to go back and fight the sins of his past, but like I don't know, it's going at a breakneck speed that's not good for me.
Yeah, I feel like the Infinite Crisis thing, time traveling different like points in the DCU, that's gonna be fine and all. As long
Mhm.
as you don't be like, haha, meta. Oh, I'm Manchester Black and I'm gonna go to the real world. Oh, meta. And it's like, come on.
Manchester Black is kind of a weird character to do this with too. I think
And even
it's
even Superboy's like, dude, aren't you a good guy now? And he's just
yeah,
like, no, Superman fucked me over.
yeah. There's a lot to be said where it's like there's good parts, there's bad parts. I guess we'll see where it'll eventually land once it's done, and hopefully it'll be okay. But I don't know. Like I have mixed feelings a lot on like Josh Williamson's work, where it's like there's some really high points here, and then it kind of muddies itself up in parts, and I'm like, we could have had something really really good here. So I don't
Honestly,
know.
I really liked Williamson's run up to this point. This
Hmm.
point's like it's a little bit, eh.
Yeah.
But you
I
know
don't
what's
know if
not?
it's DC being like that to him, where it's like you have to use Prime now.
You know
You know what I
what's
mean?
not? And it's actually really good. Is Dressing
Green Lantern.
Limited.
Oh, you're gonna talk about Justice League Unlimited first?
Are you?
You're not gonna talk about. Well, Green Lantern was the
Oh,
next
Green
thing
Lantern
on the
was there.
docket.
Right. Sorry.
You just skipped entirely.
I missaw the I missaw
Wow.
the
Oh yeah, because there's two
cover.
Superman titles on the thing, so I
Uh,
understand that now.
this was also wait. This is Dressing Limited.
Just starts talking about Justice League
Yes,
Unlimited,
this is
but
Green Lantern. This was his variant.
yeah, I got the John Stewart and the Silver the Hedgehog variant because
This
they're doing a
one,
bunch of variants.
this one was fine. It's two stories in one like they've been doing previously, where it's like how Jordan and some girl are teaming up with this guy named Y2K. Yes, his name is Y2K. Not
Yeah,
Yisk.
one of the Wonder Twins, right?
And
One
he
of the
was
Wonder
like,
Twins.
oh, I was in a universe where Y2K happened, and I got teleported to another place to be safe, and blah blah blah. And a bunch
Oh
of
my
bounty
God.
hunters show up, which, by the way, is employed by what is it, Omni Omega Entertainment Plus or something, which is the
Yeah,
same corporation that Lobo worked in 2 issues in his solo.
yeah, which is really neat that you brought that up to me. I was like, oh, that's really cool. They're like actually connecting the stuff and
Oh
like
yeah,
making sure
we
that
should
continuity
probably
is good.
briefly mention the stuff we had previously, but I'll do that at the end of this
Yeah.
for last week. But it's like and they apparently work for Mogul. Cause they say death for Mogul and for Mogul, and he's like, "Nah, I'm out," and so they run away. Um, we also see Kyle Rayner and Odyssey. They're starring in that movie. And like Odyssey's like trying to get makeup done, but like she has a tattoo that like um doesn't come off or whatever with makeup.
Oh.
So they get her to see someone that is named like Stanley Kinley or something, but they call him Dr. Skin. Um he's like this super mad scientist, like plastic surgeon.
What the fuck?
Um
For this movie?
yeah. And like Kyle Rayner's like, wait, shit, he's actually bad. So they fuck him up. And Odyssey's like, actually, I think it looked pretty good. And they go off somewhere.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought it was fine. Um,
Yeah, you were telling me that if they don't pick it up here soon, like with the Kyle stuff or anything, that you're gonna drop it. Cause I told
wait.
you.
It actually ends with Dr. Skin transforming into some weird like eldritch being with like
Oh.
weird heads and shit.
Oh, okay.
They don't beat him up
Weird.
yet. They're going to beat him up next issue. But yeah, it's like it's fine. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay on for a few more issues, but if it doesn't pick up, yeah, I'll drop it.
I told
wanted to read
you-
it for Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
But Kyle Rayner's
the fir-
barely in it.
It's such a weird thing to start the Kyle Rayner stuff off with. Like, it's not focused around him. It's not an exciting, like, a cool story, I'll say, like, from what I'm hearing. Like, and what I saw in that first issue where it was like, yeah, your girlfriend is going to be in this movie. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is, like, what
I
we're starting
wanted to
off with
read Kyle Rayner,
like,
not
what?
Odyssey.
Yeah, it's weird, like, what they're doing with it, so... I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out to be cool and be like, oh well, something actually is gonna happen with Kyle and whatnot. But I think maybe they're just doing too much, doing like the Hal Jordan stuff too in it. It's like if you're gonna hand off the book to Kyle, make it like
An
a
actual
Kyle book.
handoff and not like
Yeah,
separate story.
yeah. So I don't know. They could have done the Radiant Black stuff where it's like in some issues they cut over to Hal, instead of it.
22A, 22B.
Yeah, or no, well, it'd be like for a couple issues you follow Kyle, and then like an issue or two, it's Hal,
Oh.
and then it'll go
I
back
talk
to
about
Kyle.
the Radiant War or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. It'd be better, but I don't know what they're doing with that book right now. It's kind of like you're not splitting this up well enough.
Yeah, they really
But,
aren't. But
Yeah.
I'll keep on for commercials and see like what happens.
Yeah. Now to talk about a book that I found interesting. Superman, Father of Tomorrow. This is an Elseworlds
I
book.
did not read this one.
You did not read this. I did, though, and I thought it was kind of an interesting concept. It's like, what if Jor-El survived Krypton and was the one who landed? Which makes for an interesting concept in the fact that he's a full-grown man when they find him. When Jonathan and Martha find him. And they adopt him, and he's like his adoptive brother, Jonathan and Jor-El, but they call him Jordan in this. They give him Jordan as his yeah, which is an interesting name. There's already changes in the fact that he has helped the Kents out by using like advanced technology to take care of their farm, and then when they're sitting around the table, he's like having remorse and like feeling bad because he's like, oh, I'm thinking about like my wife and my son who died at Krypton, and like I could be doing like so much more. And he's like, you're already doing like enough here. You're like my brother, my adopted brother, and we're grateful for you here. And it's just like a nice moment between Jonathan and Jordan. But then Jonathan has a freaking heart attack, and Jordan has to rush him. Yeah, he has to rush him to the hospital, and he's trying to like make a machine to help him, and the doctor's like, "Get out of here, you're crazy." And then Jonathan dies, unfortunately. And then he's like, "I could have saved him. I could have done like so much more." I'm
So he has.
sorry, Martha.
It's literally Superman the movie, like the original '77
Kind
movie.
kind of, yeah. So, uh, what happens is like him and Martha go to the barn where they find the ship, and he's like, I think it's finally time for me to be who I really am. And then he puts on his Superman costume.
Yes.
And
The
also at the
black and white
beginning
one.
of yes. Yeah, it's more like silver. It's like black and silver. Um and at the beginning of the book we saw that General Lane was like being called because what happened was Jor-El, his ship crashed into a satellite, and I guess
Oh.
that was Stormwatch. So they killed like Stormwatch at the start of the book, but then
Oh.
General Lane is like put in charge of it at the during the birth of Lois Lane. By the way,
What the
he's like
fuck?
called out. Yeah, like one of the doctors is like, "Hey, General Lane, there's a call for you," in the middle of his wife giving birth. I'm like, that would not happen. One, they'd probably be like, "Okay, this can wait." Maybe, I guess. I don't know. It's like general stuff, so maybe they would.
They want
But
to
I feel
show
like
he's
that'd
an
be weird.
actual piece of shit dad, like he is in the actual comics.
Yeah. But anyways, we cut to General Lane like years later. He's revealing this giant robot called Metallo, and it's supposed to like save people. And Lois is there as a kid, and Perry White is there, and he's like really young and a spry reporter, and he's like, "Oh, look at this cool thing," and then the robot malfunctions, and he's like, "Fuck, shit," and it's starting to like kill people, and then Drell arrives, and he beats the shit out of the robot, and he saves Lois Lane. He's like, I hope this doesn't turn you off from robotics because it's actually really cool, and you should learn to be scientific and whatnot because I am. And then he beats up the robot, and
The reboot.
we cut to like Lex Luthor as a kid and his dad, and like
Does he have hair?
something like punch. He does. He does have hair. In
Is
this.
his
So,
is the canon reason? Did they pull from Smallville and the canon reason why he doesn't have hair is because Superman?
from Kryptonite. Yes, from overexposure of Kryptonite as a kid, I think what happened was it made him lose his hair.
Really?
Yes, because in Smallville, there's like this storm of like a bunch of Kryptonite hitting the town,
Yeah.
and Lex as a kid has hair, and then when he's like, not so much a kid, like he's like in his teenage years, he doesn't have hair.
Huh.
So there is that. But yeah, Lex is like he sees Jor-El and he's like, I think I know what I want to be when I grow up. So we're seeing like different things happening, and at the end of the issue, Jor-El like reveals himself to like TV, and they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Superman, and I'm here to save the day, and I'm gonna change things." And it's like a very intimidating panel. So I think like either he is going to change things by force, is what that is inferring, and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna make this a very more like highly scientific world, and I'm gonna make sure people don't die, because he was trying to make sure that Jonathan didn't die. He was like,
Interesting.
I can make him this, and I can make him that, and I can like sustain his body in this. And they're like, you are crazy, sir. So I think he's going to make like a utopian society, or at least try to. So I'm interested to see if the next issues jump into the future a couple of years, or if we're just going to see like the effect of like what is Jor-El gonna do to this world.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm very interested in this Elseworld story.
Nice. But now we actually get to tell you.
Yeah, now you get to talk about Justice League Unlimited.
This issue is very interesting. It deals with the ramifications of Lex Luthor kind of spilling the beans at the amnesty program, and like a bunch of supervillains and twisters being like, actually, this means that we can do whatever we want. And so they're like trying to clean up Lex's mess, and Batman's like, get me away from Lex Luthor, or I will beat him to death.
Oh my gosh.
He actually does say that.
Oh my goodness.
But like, everyone's basically just cleaning up Lex's mess, which is really funny. But this cover promised me Brainiac Queen, and she doesn't fucking show up until the very end, after they deal with Lex's bullshit. Like, everyone's like, oh, I don't feel very good, and like Waka was able, and he fucking goes, bleh, and then Brainiac Queen comes out, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's very weird. Love the art though. No matter what, the art is great. It's Dan Morgan. But like, please don't lie to us on the cover. Please, you can keep doing it, but just come on, man. Have a little bit of fucking respect for your fans. I still love the issue though. But speaking of great DC issues, we're talking about my favorite ongoing from DC's Zatanna. At least new ongoing. Or at least my favorite next level ongoing. So, last time on Zatanna, she rescued this, like, singing, like, spirit that only speaks in the Mary Poppins Do Re Mi Fa So, you know, that stuff. She only speaks in that. And it's the aftermath of, like, she's trying to figure out what to do with, like, this spirit. Takes it to this, like, blue lady, who's like, oh, yes, back in the day, there was some woman who, like, sung for angels, and, like, she lived for hundreds of years, and she died, and so her muse became, like, a vengeful spirit. So what they're trying to do is, like, rehabilitate it or something. We also see Bones. Bones is in there for, like, a few panels with the mains. Because it's, you know, the Department of extra whatever, like the yeah. But, like, we see Director Bones in there for a little bit. But the mains and, like, the sniper guy is, like, tracking Zatanna down. Because Domains wants to do something with this spirit. So he's like, alright, you need to knock out Zatanna with a bullet. And he's like, okay, so he, like, shoots, and Zatanna catches it, but, like, she gets knocked unconscious. And then Domains comes in, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna pull out a conductor baton, I'm gonna go, woo. And the spirit goes, ah! And that's it.
Okay.
It was a very weird issue.
Yeah. I have to read it myself. I got issue 1 and 2, but I didn't get to read it yet.
It was really good though. Like, I'm really liking the Zatanna stuff. I want to see what Domains is gonna do with that spirit. Like, what is it? What is his role in this series? Also, we're probably gonna see the ramifications of her limited. Like, they were teasing that, like, this ongoing would touch on, like, her friend being turned into a demon, the white lady, literally white, like, she's all white, doing stuff.
Okay.
Like, the limited is going to play some sort of effect in this ongoing, so I'm really curious to see, like, what this is. I also want Jamal to stay on for art, because it seems like Jamal Campbell may have some guest artists for some issues. It's kind of like how the Supergirl writer, who also draws her own issues, has, like, guest artists for some of them. I hope it's like that, where it's, like, just guest artists for, like, 1 or 2 issues, like, every 3 or 4 or 5. But yeah, art's great. Love the art. Art's the best part. But, like, the writing's really good too. The world building's great. I want to see more Director Bones. Give me more Director Bones, please. He's great. He's a literal skeleton man. And now, the final issue of our weekly roundup before we touch on last week's.
Yes, we're both so excited to talk about this.
Exquisite Corpses.
Exquisite Corpses.
Season 1, though. They're going to make a season 2 or something?
Yes, this is a finale of season 1.
Yes.
And it opens up, and we have the 2 characters from the last gunman, and what was her name again? It was like crazy something.
I will look it up.
I have the
issue. I'll look at the back because they have like the tournament winnings.
My ass does not remember it for some reason.
Audrey Unleashed.
Audrey Unleashed. That's right. They're fighting, and she's trying to talk Audrey down. She's like, "We don't need to do this. Like, you have a son. Like, look, he's scared of you." And Zavi and her son are like trying to escape at one point, and there's a lot of stuff going around, and the people that are like in charge of the games are arguing, and they're like, "Is this even allowed? Like, what are the rules?" Like, and it's technically the rules are whoever picks up like the weapon, or like the original rules of the first like game was like you had to convince somebody to pick up a weapon and kill another person,
Yeah, it's not.
and that's
They were
where it's
asking
like
like,
back.
"What's the rules? Is the person the weapon? It's the weapon."
Yeah, and it's down to the weapon. Like the weapon is what matters. It doesn't matter who is wielding it. It's just like if you kill somebody with that weapon, then that state, the person in charge, ends up winning at the end.
Yeah,
So
and it
that
was
is what's
Massachusetts.
revealed. Yep. So what ends up happening is Lone Gunman ends up killing Audrey, ends up saving Zavi and Audrey's son because they were gonna get sniped down by those people on the roofs, and then everything is wrapped up. And I gotta say, I love that it was just quiet those whole few pages where it's just like there is no noise. It is just we are seeing the ramifications of like everything that happened, and
Yeah,
I think that was great. It was like very cinematic of being like, look how far we've come, and look how much destruction was wrought from this
this was
tournament.
a year ago, by the way.
Yeah,
I remember you made the fucking TikTok being like exquisite corpses, blah 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 blah. It just
yeah,
wrapped up on Wednesday.
yeah, and it's so crazy to see also not only how far this story has come, but how much this book has popped off within popularity. It's getting games. It's getting
Well, they
a
already were gonna
movie.
make a card game before, but
Yeah,
yes.
it's getting like spin-offs now too. So and we'll get into that more after we're done talking about the story. But at the end, um, she and the rest of like Zabi and Audrey's son, they're like, okay, we have to go. We have to take the money. Like, there's no other choice at this point. Like,
Yeah, and they're even
we
like,
can't
if you
really do
talk to
anything.
anyone about this, we will kill you.
Yeah, and they've gotten like new identities and whatnot,
And a
and
100 million
she's
in a
gonna,
bank account.
yeah, which is fucking crazy. Um, but then they get sent off, and it's like Zabi's like, we have to do something. We can't just do nothing. And she's like, we can talk about it when we get there, but like right now we just take it like one step at a time because they can't really do much. Like they're literally against like the actual like shadow government at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just like we have to accept that like whatever fate we just got dealt is what we got to deal with.
They'll
And then
they'll
we
think
see
on what they
some
do, but they'll run away from
yeah,
now. And we see
yeah,
like
and
the tournament, the final tournament, and it is Last Gunman 1.
yeah, we get a lot like some pages where you'd see it at the end, and then we get an epilogue and people cleaning up, and they're like, we got everything cleaned up, but we had like one complication. And they're like, what is it? We couldn't find Rascal Randy, and it's revealed Rascal Randy is alive, and
I don't
he
know
is going
how,
to
but he
be
is.
he's going to be in season 2. He is unkillable. He's literally like Jason. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
because he would pop up in places that you didn't expect, and it's like, how the fuck did you get there? How did you get there?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see him in his own spin-off series. We're gonna see a spin-off series of Lone Gunman, the guy who got killed off as well, and then also Fox Mass Killer, who was also killed off. So we were assuming maybe these are gonna be origin stories of how these killers became killers, or maybe like a story that took place before. And maybe the Rascal Randy one will be like a sequel, a pseudo sequel, but also a prequel.
Kind of like
Uh,
Death Spiral Body Count.
yeah.
Except
So it'll be
good.
really cool. Yeah. So I'm very excited to see where the rest of this goes. Like, what's the next season? Like, who's gonna participate? Are we gonna see the last gunman again? Is she gonna come back for it and be like, I'm gonna like start killing people, or maybe I'll like figure out a way to enter the games and
Yeah, she'll probably
dismantle it.
infiltrate and like maybe take him down from within. I'm not sure.
We'll see. I'm very excited to see what James Tinian does with this series. Like, it's made me want to read more of his other stuff and be like, hey, like this is really interesting. What else is he like writing that's gonna like pop off as well? Because we have Something's
Yes.
Killing the Children,
Yes.
He's written Batman before. Like, this dude writes some fucking amazing shit. Like, a lot of horror stuff. But that is the wrap up for the weekly roundup.
Before we get into the news, let's briefly mention last week's comics we read.
Yeah, like our favorite ones.
I'll just briefly go over everyone that I've done. Absolute Fashion number 15 was really good. Still dealing with like, you can't find your dad, but I'll find my dad. No, dude, blah blah blah. It's really good. I think you should really pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute Green Arrow was so good. Oh my god, Absolute Green Arrow was so good.
It was fucking great. I loved the intro. Like, I love that we have a mystery behind who this character is. Like, we don't know if it's a man or a woman or who. I also love that he's just like on the front killing people. He's just like, I'm fucking just killing these guys.
And what's really a little nitpick I have with it is that the guy he killed was like some buff white guy, right? But
I think that's the coloring issue.
Yeah, maybe. But in the past, he was just like some chubby like olive skin guy, and it's like there's a bit of continuity stuff here and there. Maybe
we can't tell if he's white though. Let's be real, because he's like green or whatever in the coloring, so it could just be a matter of like the coloring's weird.
But he basically became Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, he did. He really did, and thankfully, freaking Green Arrow killed him right off the bat.
But
fuck you.
We don't know if it's like Oliver Queen or someone else. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it really focused on like Dinah Lance and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Absolute Spider-Man 29 when they introduced Spore. That was really good. It like the basic plot was that like his like friend traps him in this like office party with a bunch of other like of his like former Rand employees, and like, help, we're stuck like this, and like Spore's like controlling all of them with like mushrooms and shit. It's great. I love it. End of Life number 4 was really good. Because it focused on his dad. Like, his dad was like, yes, I used to be this like they revealed he was one of the founding members of the Menagerie, which was really interesting.
It also looks like maybe his dad is gonna die in the next issue.
Potentially.
So, yeah.
Or is already dead.
Or is already dead. We'll see. We'll see by the next issue what happens, because damn.
Yes.
Things are heating up. Lobo was good last week as well. It was just a flashback issue of Lobo destroying the town, like his planet, because he got like a Green Lantern ring that wasn't actually a Green Lantern ring. It was a mauve lantern ring.
What's a mauve lantern?
Yeah, it was very silly.
What's a mauve lantern?
It's like, how would I say? It's like maroon is the color, and the person that was in charge of it was like this guy, and he's like, I only used it to like help cats like get out of a tree and stuff like that, and then Lobo like took it from me and like started causing chaos.
Right.
So it was a pretty neat issue, just seeing like what was happening with Lobo when he was younger.
Yes.
Superman Unlimited was good. We got an adventure involving young John Kent and Tomorrow Man saving Beppo, the super monkey.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Fantastic Four was really good too. Had some really good Future Foundation stuff. Also, the Stan Sakai issue was fine. The backup story was fine. Dialogue was really stilted though.
Oh yeah.
Sirens of First was really good. I have a feeling we talked about these before. Am I on the wrong one?
No, you're right. Or I think you're right. Siren. Did Siren's Love Hurt come out that week? I don't know.
Yes, it did. Did we not talk about these last week? Did we?
No, we didn't.
We didn't have an episode.
No, we didn't. But we probably talked about it. Like, actually talked about it IRL.
That's probably what we did. Okay, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I'm like, did we talk about something?
I think we talked about it on because I was on my way home from work and we were
right. Okay, that's it. Okay,
That's probably what it was.
Sirens Efforts is really good. Really good finish up to the series. Love the art. I was only reading for that anyway. Venom was okay, but like, I don't like Mary
Yeah.
Jane as Venom anymore. I think it wore off its novelty. But
Yeah,
Ultimate
she.
Impact Reborn? Good God! They're just gonna break so many new superheroes. Like, a lot of this was the origin of a lot of new superheroes, including like a Black Wonder Man to coincide with like the MCU series, which I love the MCU series. But it's
Mhm.
like, that's really interesting. That's really interesting.
That would
That's
be
really
really
cool.
cool to see. There was also the end of Side Dimensional Rivals, which I know you're not like the biggest Peach Momoko
I'm not
fan, but
a Peach and Momoko fan, but yes.
I think you should read this just for the fact that it is a really cool anthology series with a bunch of different artists. It was a really fun ending. There's this great splash page of everybody who worked on the book's art. Like it's like this dimensional like break, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. Good ending. It's just a light, fun book that you don't really need to think a lot about. A lot of fun little stories. Like one of my favorite stories was she gets
Yeah.
into one of this universes and then she becomes a caterpillar and she just starts
What?
eating things. It's really funny because she's like, oh, and then I defeated Galactus and I defeated Magneto, and it's literally just like the remnants of like their outfits and stuff that she's just eating as a
Huh.
caterpillar until she eventually like hatches into her human form.
Interesting.
And then we had the penultimate issue of Deadly Hands of Kunlun, which this book is so good. This book is so good, guys. Like, there's a lot of shit going on down right now. Like, what led up at the end of this issue is that, like, we saw that Iron Fist, his arm got cut off, but by the end of this issue, he's like gathered up like so much chi and whatnot. He literally just becomes like a demigod, and he's about ready to fight his brother, who has become the war god at this point. And they're both in Kunlun, and it's like the final fight. And I'm just like, oh shit, he could die. He could like beat his brother, like ascend to like godhood or something. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. This book has literally like gone off the walls and is like, yeah, Kunlun is like in like just in chaos, and like New York had to deal with this and a bunch of really cool stuff with like an army of evil Iron Fist, White Tiger, Elektra, the Inhumans, like all this stuff is like happening, and like they're fighting dragons and stuff. It's really cool. I was just
Interesting.
like, this should have been like an event,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying it. I think it was a good book. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see how it ends.
Yeah. Was that it for last week?
I think that is it for last week. I think that's all the books I really wanted to talk about that I
Now
was
we get on to
super
the
into.
news.
The news.
Spider-Man Noir has released, and I still haven't seen it.
Yes, we need to watch it. If you have time after the podcast, we should watch an episode.
How long is an episode?
I don't know. Let me check. Spider-Man Noir.
And the whole thing is out, right?
Yeah, I was telling you. I'm pretty sure the whole thing is out at this point.
I want to watch all of it.
Oh, they're 45-minute episodes.
Interesting. I don't know if I'll have time today, but like at some point we will watch them.
Yeah. If you have time tomorrow, we could. I have tomorrow off.
Yeah, I don't.
Damn. We need to find a day to do it so we can review it.
You know my days off.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I heard. What's the critic score on it? What's the Metacritic score? Is it good? Is it bad?
I'm seeing a 91%.
Hell
on
yeah,
Rotten
it was really
Tomatoes.
good apparently. I still need to see
8.2
it.
on Prime Video, 8.2 on IMDb. That's what I'm seeing from that.
Yeah, good shit.
And then I've seen some people post about it and say they liked it, so
Yeah,
I'm interested to see
good
how
stuff.
it is.
Uh,
We got Marvel Tokon First Strike,
Yeah,
which is a one shot for the video game.
oh, they're doing a
Have you seen
comic
that?
of it because they keep
Yeah.
doing Marvel Rivals. Like there's the
Tie-in
Infinity
comics,
comic and
yeah.
there's tie-in comics. It's like they're really pushing
We
hard.
didn't get to talk. We didn't get to talk about it last week because there was no show. But there's going to be a Hood issue, the Hood, which maybe that means he's going to be put in Rivals next. The Hood is like this gangster character who got a magical hood that can like allow him to use like unlimited ammo with guns and other magical
So,
shit, but he's like really
oh,
eh, like
so
kind of
this
like a C/D list villain.
so this was the cover for Tokon First Strike.
Yeah.
Apparently, there is also variant covers different of like different comics, like of all of the Tokon characters. So like there's one
Oh,
of
sweet.
uh X-Men 2024 number 35 with uh Magic. There's Amazing Spider number 35 with Spider-Man. There's Avengers Armageddon number 3 with Star-Lord. Captain America number 14 with Captain America. Doom Quest number 4 with Doom Quest. Uncanny X-Men number 33 with Danger Room.
Oh, cool.
Mark Spector Moon Knight number 7 with Ghost Rider. Weird choice, but okay. Iron Man number 9 with Iron Man. And goes X Force number 8 with Miss Marvel, because she is in that book. Wolverine number 26 with Wolverine. And then just X-Men number 36. Number 35 has Magic. Number 36 has Storm. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, speaking of variant covers, we have Marvel doing Pixar homage variants.
Okay,
One I saw
I gotta
was
look this up.
yeah, it was an Invincible Iron Man cover was being homaged with Wally doing the pose. I was like, what?
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah, I was like, Veni's gonna like this because you like Disney stuff. There's a
Okay,
few of
well,
them that are like, oh, that's cool, that's cute.
was
I
one...
like the Fantastic Four being the Incredibles. I will say that. That makes so much sense.
Okay, so I'm looking at some of these and they aren't variants. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, so some of them are uh references.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me get the image up really quick and I'll show all of you. Even though it's a WebP. Ugh, I hate WebPs.
I know. That's like the worst part about this, like trying to look up stuff, and then it's like, oh,
So,
nope, that's not the actual thing I could put up there. It's a web
the,
page.
the covers. The first one is of Avengers Armageddon with the girl from Brave. That is referencing the Hawk Girl number 1 with, I believe, Kate Bishop.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Hawk Girl's a different character.
Yeah.
We got Iron Man with Wally, and that's supposed to be a reference to the Invincible Iron Man. Avengers Armageddon has Riley from Inside Out, and that is a reference to an Avengers issue. Fantastic Four has the Incredibles, which makes sense. And it doesn't show the last one. It kind of cuts off after that. But there's one
Bug's
final
Life.
one from Fantastic Four that is a Bug's Life cover that is meant to be an original Fantastic Four cover. So
Yeah.
it's...
The Coming of Galactus.
Okay, I can just do this. Ooh. Yeah, so this is supposed to be a cover of Fantastic Four. And I believe all are coming out in July. So I can actually order these if I wanted to. Though I feel like my LCS is probably going to have some of these already. Like, I'm reading Iron Man. I'm reading Fantastic Four. Both Fantastic... Are they two? Number 13 and number 16. Number 15 or 16. Oh. So I could have two Pixar variants if I really wanted to. Interesting. Yeah,
we're not done
special
talking about
ones.
variant covers though, because Marvel is doing like a bunch of different variant covers where it is costume
Do you have
swaps.
a picture of these?
I can send you pictures of these real quick. Give me 1 minute. I gotta do a little movie magic behind
I'm
the
gonna
scenes.
see what the FOC is for all of the does it say on here? It does not say what the FOC is for all of the Oh no, they announced it yesterday. I assume the FOC is still in effect. It's not gonna rush over to my local comic shop and be like, I need to get these. They're due tomorrow.
I need these now. Here you are. Here are the variant covers for the costume swaps, which one of them you will probably be getting. It's this Simon DeMeo one.
So there's one of Moon Knight. There's one of Laura Kinney.
Yep, X-23.
Oh, that's Gurahiru! I gotta show this one!
Yeah, that one's really cool looking. That is just a amazing.
I'll show two of these because one of them I like a lot. This is a Gurahiru cover. It's of Scarlet Witch and Polaris. That looks really good. I like Gurahiru. Really, really good artist. And there's one of She-Hulk.
She-Hulk as Black Widow, and I sent that picture to you, and I was like, dead ass.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Really
It's
cool.
an amazing piece of art.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. Then what else? We have for the last piece of news, like big news,
comic news
in terms of comic reveals. Robert Kirkman Skybound might be bringing in characters like Turok, Solar, and Magnus, which were characters that the Valiant universe used to own. So he might be taking more of these classic characters and
putting it in the Energon thing, right?
Yeah, and might be putting it in his Energon universe now.
Interesting.
So we'll see. I know Turok was like big in the gaming community for a little bit, like big as in like
N64 games.
Yeah. And I think wasn't there a contest where it's like name your child Turok and like you get like a free version of it or something?
That's really funny.
I'm pretty sure. It's just crazy. But yeah, that's like the last piece of like, look at this. This is cool.
So I want to cover this one because I believe showed you. No, you showed me this, but I still want to cover this.
Yes, I did.
So we all know that Absolute Universe probably has a ton of potential for like different characters and everything, and like apparently I can't find this. Here we go. They have a lot of pitches for like different Apps Universe characters. Something like I think Aquin was mentioned in there.
John Constantine.
Swamp Thing, John Constantine, or Constantine. There's like a bunch of different pitches, but he doesn't want to overrun the market with like different lines. I think it's a good idea.
I think something that's really interesting to bring up is somebody asked Scott Snyder, it's like, hey, what are the chances of us seeing like Batman Beyond in the Absolute Universe? And he said the chances are above 0%. But he said our Bruce is still in his 20s though. So I'm like, oh, we will not.
He's still kind of an old.
For a long
he's still
time.
not an old man.
I was telling you, I really like the idea of them taking this at a slow pace. Like, they realize what they have. They are doing a great job of being like, we are not going to like give you too many crossovers. We're not going to give you like too many things where like Wonder Woman is not going to meet the Amazons for a really long time. And I really like that.
Well, also, Absolute Justice League probably isn't going to happen for a few more years at least.
That will be really cool to see.
It'll be great, but they're taking their time with this. They really want to like churn that like story a bit and kind of like get it cooking.
Mm-hmm. They also said they don't want to oversaturate this line. Like, they don't want to have too many books out. And I think that is very smart. It's like, we are only going to have like not more than 10 really of these books. And I think that is a good idea. Because it's like the comic book like company as a whole is so oversaturated with books. There's so many books that could like fail, and I think that they have the right idea of being like, if we only have maybe like 7 to 8 books out, people will be able to get every one of those.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to, if they wanted to like order them all, so. That is a possibility. But if you put like 20 Absolute books out, some of those books are going to fail. Like, unfortunately.
Yes.
And I also think that they're thinking about, we want to put as much, like, we want to give our all to these books. They're really going in on that statement of all in on the absolute
Haha, they're gonna take apps to the next level.
books. That's right. But I think they're doing a good job with it. I think that they know what they got, and
They're not gonna do a
they're
Marvel where it's like,
yeah.
here is our line. Oh, it's dead in 2 years. Oh, here's another
Yeah.
line. Oh, it's dead in 2 years. It's like, come on.
Absolute Universe is here to stay for quite a long time.
Good.
And I can't wait to see where it goes in the next few years.
I'm glad they're not fucking ending it, because these are the most exciting comics.
We are going to be talking about something that is ending, though, and that's the fact that Dark Horse is shutting down a couple of their shops. Like, there's not going to be really any physical shops anymore.
Yeah, so
this
was part of another news story that we covered a few weeks ago, where the original founder of Dark Horse left. He's retired, brought a new guy, and because he left, he was probably the only reason why Think for the World shops existed. So they're like, they're probably wasting money. Just get rid of it. So like they got rid of it, which is like,
Yeah.
But also, things not looking good for Dark Horse in general, because they started a union.
Yes, there is a letter here for immediate release. Dark Horse comic staff forms union, Dark Horse Workers United. Staff sent a letter asking CEO Jay Comas for voluntary recognition of the staff union, Milwaukee, Oregon. Today, a super majority of staff at local comic book store Dark Horse Media, including Associated Comic Retailer Things from Another World, announced that their intent to unionize with Communication Workers of America, local, and then it says the number. Dark Horse Workers United sent a letter to interim CEO Jay Comas requesting that he voluntarily recognize the union by June 3rd. Absent voluntary recognition, Dark Horse Workers United will petition the National Labor Relations for an election. So they're trying to, at the end of the day, they want to try and have a say in what's going to happen with the comics here.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not going to say there's never going to be any more comics here, is what the union is trying to do. And I feel like this is going to be a big battle, and we're going to see how this all turns out in like the next few months, probably. And I kind of hope that they win this, and they're like, hey, like, we get to see what happens with this stuff. Because there's like big name comics happening over there, like fucking Hellboy. Hellboy is owned by Dark Horse still. It's probably their biggest property at the moment. So,
yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but we'll see.
Dark Horse is also still employing Bendis with powers. I still want to read it.
That's true. Yes, that is true. There's some other good titles there with big creators. So, let's hope that their voices are heard and that this union actually like puts a dent and be like, hey, you're not gonna come in and take this company and then just make it into something else. Like, we were here first. We know what we are doing with our business here, and we would like to keep our jobs.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Well, another sad
you want to cover
news.
this one?
Yeah, another sad news. I saw this on a news regurgitator that I had to look up the original source of this. Apparently they sold the likeness of Stan Lee to 11 Labs for AI likeness deal, which is not great. I don't like that, especially if it's a dead person. Like, come on, man. Like,
we already had that like AI Stanley thing too at like a con, and it's like, guys, come on, like, stop this. This is somebody who's passed away. Like,
remember, I met Stan Lee like a decade ago.
You did.
I'll tell you the story on here. So I went to a convention called MegaCon. It was an Orlando, Florida convention. I believe it's going to be one of the biggest comic conventions in the country, which is really interesting. He was there. He was, well, I'll say it was so life. He was someone who went to basically every comic convention he could. Like, he was like, if there's a comic convention anywhere, he's most likely there. I took a picture with my dad. My dad was there. And I remember after the picture, I shook his hand. I go, I love Spider-Man! He laughed. I don't know if he said anything else. Maybe we said thanks or something like that. I don't know. It was a decade ago, okay? But like, God, I think I still have the picture. I'm not gonna show because it shows my actual face, but like, I remember that fucking picture. I think I still have it. My dad has it framed somewhere, but like, I'll ask him for. Do you want to see it like in DMs or something, Hikaru?
Yeah, I can see it in the DMs later on.
I'll ask my dad and I'll send you it. But like, I
Okay.
remember that shit. But yeah.
We have our last piece of news, which we covered this a couple weeks ago. This
Oh,
is
hold
another
on,
thing
hold
we're
on,
following
hold
up
on. I want to continue with this.
Oh, or do you still have the story that you're telling?
The fact that Stan Lee's likeness got sold, and they even made him say like,
Yeah.
"Oh, legend goes beyond the page of comics," some bullshit line like that. It's so disrespectful to Stan Lee's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross. Like again,
I think
it's a dead guy too, which makes it even worse.
it's just really like shitty in the sense because he already was like having a last like the last few years that he was alive, he was having like a rough time because people are like having battles over him, like his family and like companies and whatnot, and like it's just weird to see that this guy's like getting sold off even in death, and it's like, come on, just let the guy rest. Like he doesn't need to be doing, like, we don't need to see his stuff getting stolen. Like it's just not right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't
feels
like
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Poo-poo AI
now
always sucking.
we can move on.
Yeah, now we can talk about what we talked about a couple weeks ago, which was the fact that people online were talking about why is there no mainline DC story with a black character in it. And there is Black Comics Alliance has finally struck up a thing called hashtag DC Blackout boycott. So what they are doing is they are getting people to just be like, cancel your DC polls until we start like making a statement that DC is actually going to start doing uh like series with black characters, like black-led characters. Because I mean, we had the stages of it. There was the Dakota incident that sold out and got a second printing, which was really cool, but we haven't heard much about like anything else. So they're doing a stage 2 is what they call it, a coordinated protest movement calling on readers, supporters, and content creators to withhold financial support as well as cease content creation for DC Comics publishing initiatives until meaningful structural changes are made regarding black representation in their mainline continuity.
Yes,
Launched in response to long-standing concerns surrounding the treatment, investment, visibility, and sustainability of black characters and creators within the DC publishing. And I will say, I think this is a good move. I think this is like, people need to make a stand and say, hey, like, what's going on? Like, me and you talk about it a lot, that like DC's going in the right direction. If they start to listen to this too, this would be even better. Like, if we start addressing this problem of being like, why is there not a lot of
I do have a feeling
black
that
led?
because of this, like, DC is gonna make a statement eventually about this.
I hope so. We did just last week. We showed. We were talking about it. We didn't show it on the show, but Static is going to be in the Titans book. He is going to be a character that leads them into the next arc and is going to be a main character in it. So he is showing back up, but he's not going to have his own series, from what we know. I hope, with enough uproar, with enough like support for that book, we will eventually see a Static Shock book. We will eventually see
any black
Dakota
led book.
verse. Yes, any black led book would be good, because it's like, why haven't we seen one since like 2 to 3 years ago? Like, what's
I will
going
say,
on?
Static would be the easiest choice.
It would be the most popular of the choices, I think.
Yes.
Especially
since like the Dakota incident was like really good.
Yeah, I think not having a John Stewart book is a mistake too. Like John Stewart, especially with Lanterns coming up, why don't we have a John Stewart book?
Even like a one shot or like a limited would have been nice.
I think that, well, thing is that he had his own series, which was Green Lantern War Journal, and then that got turned into a limited for some reason.
Yeah.
and then now he's only in Green Lantern Corps, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are these characters getting shelved to be in other team books when they should have their own books? So
Yeah.
I think we should, you know, like people should be supporting this. Like, if you don't want to buy these books, don't go buy them. Of course, for our channel, we cover comic news and we cover like everything. So we will be like going out and supporting books still, but I do want to say like vocally, I do support anybody who doesn't want to buy these books and wants to help out with this movement. Like, do that if you need to
I
get
think the right
DC to
call is
be there.
buying more like blacklead
Blacklight
books.
books. Yeah, I think that too. I think that is very much like it. It shows DC like this is what we want. Like,
Like
if
Zatanna, please get more
yes,
Zatanna.
black created books too. Like not only
Yes.
black led but black created books. Like
Like that's like Jamal
look,
Campbell. Please get it.
people look into writers, look into artists, be like, hey, these are the people working on the book, and I want to see more from them, and I want to like support that and make sure that they have jobs there. So I think that would be really cool. And I
Like
think
I'm thinking
also
like I think Zatanna is the only one that has like a major series that has like a black creator
maybe,
attached to
yeah,
it.
maybe I'd have to
At
look
least for
into like
writing
the
and
staff more.
art. I know Miles is
I kind of
coming out
wish.
soon, but that's Marvel.
Say that one more time. You turned into a robot for me.
I know Miles is getting a series, but that's Marvel.
Yeah, and I also think
But
like
I do think it is
this.
important to not only support black led books, also black creative books like Zatanna and other stuff.
Yeah, I think also this kind of opens our eyes to like two different sides of like the comic industry, which is Marvel, which Marvel seems to not have a vocal I'm against AI anything.
Yeah,
DC does.
DC absolutely has. Marvel's been a little more quiet on it, and that's a little strange.
Yeah, and that's disturbing to me, and especially with the acts of like we're gonna work with Greg Land, who's a tracer, and I'm like that's not good,
Yeah,
and we're gonna
it's not
sell
good.
off. Like I don't know if it was them specifically who sold off the likeness of Stanley, but like they didn't say no to it, so it is a little disturbing to be like Marvel, are you okay with AI art? Like I hope not.
I
I
hope
hope
not
eventually
either.
we'll get a statement from Marvel to be like, we are against AI art and we're trying to do stuff about this. But I think that's more on a Disney end too. But
Yes.
hopefully both these companies get better. That is my biggest thing. I love Marvel. I love DC. I love comics in general. I want the comic industry to be better. I want it to treat its creators better. We've had a history in the past of creators not being treated well, not getting paid enough. Like they have to start GoFundmes to
I'm glad
even
there's like
like
a
pay for their
union. I'm
hospital
glad there's like a
bills.
union for Dark Horse. I hope
Yeah,
that reverberates to other comic companies.
I do too. And we want the best for these creators because like think about it. They put these characters like at the end of the day, they make the stories that get adapted to the screen, and
Yeah,
the characters also get turned into toys and whatnot. Like there should be
Disney has been
some.
like really trying to push like MCU as one of its core pillars
Yeah,
of its thing, but like that originated with the comics. So like support your comic
yeah,
creators and you'll get more stuff to adapt. Like it's simple.
yeah. I think more people should look into the source materials of where these things come from, like especially comics. Comics is like it gets so overlooked, and I'm just like I'm so mad. I'm like that wouldn't exist without this though, and this
Yeah.
is so great. Like comics are such a great medium. You learn so much from them. There's so much literature. There's so much art appreciation.
Yes.
Just like the creators in general are really cool too, because like there's a lot of people that are very like you know LGBTQ allies and
Mm,
just like have good voices in the comic community. So I think it just needs to be celebrated and recognized more.
yes.
So that's kind of what this podcast is for,
Yeah.
is to get people out here listening and reading.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool.
That's about it for this time around. Why don't we talk about the comics coming out next week?
Yeah, what is coming out next week? I need to check.
For me, my poll list. Actually, let me not do pull list. I'll do the full new
Yeah.
comics list.
Ooh, there's a new comic starting next week.
So if we take out the annuals and the variants and we do publishers, start with Marvel first. Marvel's got Amazing Spider number 30, which introduces Spore, which will be really nice. We got Uncanny X-Men. We got Fantastic Four number 12. Something to do with time travel shenanigans. Can't wait to read that. Cyclops, I believe, is ending.
Yeah, this is the last issue, so this will be Alex Pecknell's last issue of this. I'm excited to see how it wraps up.
We got
really cool.
Iron Man number 6, dealing with some Norman Osborn shenanigans. Moon Knight. We got Wade Wilson Deadpool number 5. Still dealing with Hammerhead for some reason and learn about what the hell Blind Owl's superpower is.
Yeah.
We got Storm, Earth's Mightiest Zeus number 5. Are you reading that or no? I think you dropped that, right?
No, I dropped that because it was like getting too everywhere.
Yeah. We got X-Men of Apocalypse. We got Doctor Strange number 7. We got they're starting a lot of new What If comics. So we have
What If the Uncanny X-Men, which I probably will read that actually. I'll read that What If comic.
There's also Godzilla Infinity War.
Yep, I'm gonna read that.
Oh, you are still reading that? Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the last issue. Yeah, this is the last issue of this, and then we're gonna get the multiverse stuff next.
We have X-97 season 2 number 1, which I believe is a tie-in to season 2.
Yes, because we didn't even write that on the thing. The second season's coming out. Yes. I should have put that on there. I forgot about it entirely. Trailer drop for it.
We have a lot of Rogue One tie-ins coming soon. The first one comes out next week, which involves Jyn Erso. There was a bunch of them because there was a lot of advertisements on their comics. We have a reprint, a bunch of Jeff related stories in a little collection called Brand New Week. And then as for DC, we got some pretty good stuff. Dream Girls number 1. Please get that.
Yes, so excited for that.
I'm gonna try
Batman.
I'm gonna try my damnedest to
read
read Dreamer, to read Hawk Girl, like all the stuff that's leading towards Dream Girls.
Okay.
But we have Batman number 10, dealing with the ramifications of them blowing up the Wayne Manor and hunting down all the Bat People, which would be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm very excited to George Jimenez doing the interiors. We have Absolute Green Lantern number 15, dealing with the Red Lantern guy wanting to blow up. There's Batgirl, Poison Ivy. There's Deadman. Ooh.
Yeah,
This is from the people who made Ice Cream Man and Goodnight Spectrum, which was Goodnight Spectrum was fine. Before we get into about Ice Cream Man, I'm hoping that Deadman is a lot more acclaimed.
Horror based.
Well, not horror based specifically, but more acclaimed because like Goodnight Spectrum was just, it was fine. But this is, oh my god, I can't wait for this one.
I'm excited.
We got JSA number 20. We got another Book of L book, which I dropped like months ago.
Yeah, that I didn't realize that was going to be a 12 issue thing, and I'm like, damn, this is going to be a long time. So I think I just dropped it. Also, you had to read
Warworld.
Yeah, Kenny Johnson's Warworld stuff to really get it. And I'm like, I can't read all that to understand this.
We have another Elseworld story following a super character. This time it's focusing on Supergirl and Supergirl Survive.
I'm excited for that. I didn't know that was coming out until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we got Harvey and Ivy book, and then we got DCX Sonic Violence number 2.
So excited for
baby, that looks so good. And then do you have anything for Image?
We do have.
Yes, we do, because Radiant Flux coming out next week. Yeah.
They are hyping this book up. By the way, they said nothing is going to be like the same after this.
Oh, and Royals number 3. So I'll be talking about all 3 issues of Royal next week.
Okay.
Does Dark?
It's only a 3-issue series.
No.
Oh, okay. You're just catching up with it.
Yes.
There is the 40th anniversary of the Transformers movie, which, by the way, apparently they're re-releasing that in theaters.
Ooh.
I kind of want to go and see it because I love that movie. I will say Boom Studios has one thing, and that is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1. So I might pick that up, see where
Right,
that
they're
goes.
doing a new volume.
Yeah, it's not. It's like separated. It's where they're adults now as Rangers, which I think is kind of a cool idea.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah. All right.
I think that's everything. I think that's everything that we're gonna be covering next week. I'm excited. It's gonna be a pretty big week. Radiant Black, Dreamgirls, Dead
Yes.
Man starting, and then what else? X Men or not X Men? Well, yes, X Men, and then Sonic X DC. Like,
Yeah.
just a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of good crossovers this era of comics.
Yeah,
But yes,
something I'm very happy about.
we will see all of you next week for me, Gus, and Radiant Black for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one.
I will see you then. Bye.
See you then. Bye.